Now remember in the last lesson I said, how can we get this to the center again? Would there be a quick way of doing it? Well, believe it or not, there is. You can go into the view menu and you can see it. It will say control plus plus, control minus, fit on screen, and these are commands. These are also other commands that you will need to memorize because they will help you tremendously. Okay, so the first one is control 0. Watch what happens when I press control 0. Fit in screen. Does that sound familiar? Sounds like double clicking the hand tool, doesn't it? What if I press control 1? Goes to 100%. What does that remind you of? The zoom tool when you double click it. Now when we press control minus, which is at the top of your keyboard, you know, the minus and plus next to backspace, if I believe. So control minus, control minus, control minus, control minus, okay, and control plus, okay, and you can hold it down and it will zoom quicker, or zoom in and zoom out quickly. This control minus works across the Creative Suite, so these are handy tools that once you know in Photoshop, you can use them in Illustrator, and you can use them in other Adobe programs, which is really nice in the Creative Suite. Okay, now, should we stop there? No. What's another way of doing it? Okay, we have another way. It's called the Navigator. The Navigator has this little red X, or red square, and within this red square is what you're going to see. So if I move it over here, I'm going to see here, I'm going to see here, here, here. Now, why is this handy? Well, we're at 25%, right? So let's say you were doing some sharpening and you really wanted to make sure the detail was really nice. You always view sharpening at 100%, but let's say for some reason you needed to go over and you really need to look at the detail. But you're all the way over here and you look like you're kind of lost and you need to get back to the tractor here. So how can you do it? You just go to this navigator and you just move it back to wherever you need it. You can see how that can help you. And when you zoom back in, you'll see that the red square will increase in its size to the same fit and view. Well, this fit and view is a little bit smaller. Now, Navigator's nice, but most of us don't use Navigator these days. What we do instead is this. So let me zoom in here. Let me zoom out 1. So I'm going to press Alt, zoom out. Okay. We'll press H. It's going to be weird. It's called the bird's eye view. And this is also part of that OpenGL thing. Press H and then press your mouse button and you see that square. It looks just like the Navigator. That'll help you to zoom in any area that you need to zoom into. So press H and you can zoom in. And as you can see, we have a Where's Waldo in the picture that's not supposed to be there. So see what happens when you get to use a bird's eye? You get to see what's been hidden in this picture all along. Just kidding. Okay, in the next tutorial, we're going to talk about the crop tool and the straighten tool.